All right, party people. This your man Griff. Oh man, here's another issue that you're gonna run into. It's just the way it is right now. It's penmanship, and I'm talking about penmanship of the signers. For some reason, and I'm not talking about just young folk. I'm talking about people. I'm 58. Okay, I'm talking about people 40 and above. They don't have good penmanship, and the problem is that because people don't know how to write clear numbers, and the title company and them, they don't want us to do the dating for the people. You're gonna have some problems because people will write numbers and those numbers look a certain way, and it could be a 4 because that's just the way they write. Could be a 5, could be a 9. But because they write in such a way that it looks like it might be something else, the title company will kick it back every single time. And then you try to tell people, encourage people, the signers, to write legibly, and they don't know how. And many of you know this, if you're out here doing closing, it stresses them out. And that then creates a huge problem because the person is just not used to or comfortable with writing any other way. You know, you have those people who like to and they act like they can't just slow down and just write neat, but they think that it's professional to and all that mess. And I'm like, and I have to tell people, slow down. And that's what happened one time. I've told you about the story where the lady's husband wanted to fight me because I was asking his wife to slow down because she was about to rip the paper because she was pissed and all this and doing all this mess, and that wasn't even her signature. She don't even sign documents like that. You could tell by her what was on her ID card and the way that she just her normal penmanship. She was like, you don't even sign like this, but okay, that's what you want to do, fine. The company's cool with it, but I don't need you ripping the papers. That was the problem. She was about to rip the papers and everything, and I'm sitting here like, oh Lord, you know, okay, where the heck I gotta go next? Nope, I'm gonna keep straight. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go a different route. This will be easier. But yeah, so that's one of the things we got going on. And so I'm just sharing that with y'all just so you can be mindful that, you know, trying to get people to write in a legible cursive writing or even a legible print manner can be very, very difficult, and it can be very, very stressful for these folk. And I've had people crash out on me because I'm asking them to just slow down and write legibly. And because they're so big, they're so much in a rush to hurry up and get this done. And this is why I'm saying all this here worrying about trying to explain documents or summarizing stuff when the people are like, we don't even want to be here, especially when you have a spouse. And I'll be honest with you, it gets really bad when the husband don't want to be there. When he like keep looking at his watch like, yo, I gotta go get some drinks on with the fellas. I'm about to miss the game. So, and like now, the lady, she wrote a 5. I can see that it's a 5. But the title company is concerned that it looks like a 6. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, if you really look at it, you can see that it is nowhere near. And if you look at the way she writes, all her other numbers, it is not a 6 at all. But that's what they think. And because they think that, oh, we got to get this fixed, and it's on a purchase, and I saw it, I'm like, okay, yep, that's fine. But because somebody else might think that it's not, oh, we need you to go back and have her correct that. So now I got to try to get with her to get this fixed. And see, the crazy part is that they have that thing called limited power of attorney for corrections, and for some reason they won't use it. So if I can't get with her, will they use the limited power of attorney for corrections to fix it? Which they should, because they have them sign that. But it's like, they won't. So I don't know. So I'm gonna try to get with her today. I've already called up a message, and of course, when you have corrections to do, the person's not there, and all of that. And then what's crazy is that there's been times where, because I've worked with certain companies and I know that they might think something is suspect, so I said, okay, well, I'm gonna ask the person to fix it, and they get mad. Like, why I gotta fix that? That's my number. That's my thing. Ma'am, sir, I'm gonna need you to correct that. They're not going to accept that. And see, the crazy part is, and this is what makes it difficult, they're hearing that from us, and they're like, but I've been writing this way throughout the whole process. Every single document that I've done for them in the month of May, we'll use May, and I've written my 5s this way, nobody's complained about it. And now there's a concern. And I'm like, I understand that, but if this is what they want, you got to give it to them. I said, the only thing I can do is just ask you to call them, send them a picture of what it looked like, and maybe they'll be like, all right, that's cool. But if they say, no, it's not, you got to correct it. And that's one of the hard parts, because they're hearing this stuff for the first time from us. And there's no one in the process that's ever telling them to write their numbers a certain way, sign a certain way, any of that. They accept their doctor's signature, and then you get to the final, oh, well, you can't sign like that. You have to sign this way. Oh, you can't date like that. You have to date this way. And it's like, okay, what the heck is going on here? So that's what we're faced with and everything. So I'll figure it out and all of that. It looks like a 5. It just looked like a smaller version. But I see what they're thinking. But if you get there and if you look at it, it's like, oh, that's, yeah. And you compare. Now, if you just look at it, it looks like one thing. But if you look at it and compare, it's another thing. You get what I'm saying? It's something totally, it's like, oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that's just a smaller version. She didn't make it as big. Now, if she made it bigger, it wouldn't be no problem. Because the penmanship in the format, I'm not a handwriting expert, but you can clearly see the way she wrote the big 5 is the same as the little 5, just a smaller version. And if it's going to be smaller, it can look a different way. So I'm like, all right, cool. So hopefully, when I get off with y'all, I'm going to try to give her another call and coordinate meeting up with her to get this bad boy done. All right, y'all have a good one. Talk to y'all later. Peace.